Recording. All right, perfect. So here we go. Hey everybody, Katie Farner, Superstar Director for the Sunshine State Superstars, and you are catching our June Power Hour. So as always, I like to start with a little news and recognition. So our news is coming straight from our workstation, straight from the news tab. The first thing I want to talk with y'all about is Bring Back My Bar. So for those of you who don't know what Bring Back My Bar is, twice a year, when we discontinue a catalog and bring out a new catalog, we discontinue fragrances and we discontinue warmers. 2 other times a year, our customers and us as consultants have the opportunity to vote. And out of the hundreds and hundreds of discontinued fragrances that are on the list, I swear, every time I do a training, my printer decides it's the perfect time to start cleaning. So I apologize if it's loud and distracting y'all. It's going to distract me, but focus. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so the top 25 that get the most votes get to come back for 1 month only. Now, what's really exciting about this is that gives our customers the opportunity to stock up on fragrances that maybe they have tried in the past and really liked. It also gives us the opportunity to introduce people to new fragrances. You know, some of you might be like thinking, oh, well, what does Bring Back My Bar matter for me? I'm brand new. None of my customers have ever even experienced these fragrances before. Exactly. It's 25 new fragrances, basically. So these are fragrances that you can buy and put in front of their nose and get them to smell and get them to buy. Who cares if they're returning discontinued fragrances? Like, for these customers that have never smelled them before, they're just brand new fragrances to them. So it's a great marketing opportunity for you, whether your customers have, smelled them in the past or not. So these fragrances come back for 1 month. Like I said, it's always a J month because the J months tend to be the slower months. So hold on, I'm going to turn this off. Okay, I apologize. I don't know if y'all could hear it, but it was distracting me. So in the month of January and in the month of July is when we have these Bring Back My Bars come back. So it's getting ready to come back for all of us very, very soon. And we need to get prepared. So what does that mean, to get prepared? That means that we need to get our Bring Back My Bars for our customers to smell. So all 25 bars are available for consultants in a bundle. You get 1 bar of each, and it is a $24 discount. Hang on one second. I need to mute somebody's phone. Okay, I am muting everybody, so if I mute you, don't be offended. I'm just muting so there's no background noise and people can hear the recording nice and clearly. Okay, so I've got everybody muted now, I think. Yep, okay. So all 25 bars are available in a sampler for consultants or even for customers, but for consultants starting June 17th. So on June 17th, so in just a few days, 5 days, we will be able to buy this sampler with a full-size bar of every single one of those fragrances. And the best part is it's $126 in PRV. And it is a $24 savings versus just buying them by themselves. So you get paid commission on it, which is great. So you make money on the front end buying it, and then you can share them with your customers, in turn earning you more PRV. And then when you're done, if you haven't broken the bars apart, you can sell them and make your money back, and sell them all individually or, in 6-packs or however you want to sell them, put them into your inventory. So again, this Bring Back My Bar offering is going to start in July, but on June 17th, we can order the Bring Back My Bar sampler, and that includes 1 full bar of every single one of those 25 fragrances. And no, there are not testers available. So the only other news that I want to share with you guys is that we have convention coming up, which I actually already mentioned a little earlier before I started the recording, but convention is coming up soon. And I sent out an email last night to everybody who's registered to just talk a little bit about convention and our awards get together that we're going to have and all of that good stuff. So if you haven't checked that email yet, and you are attending reunion, please be sure to check that email and read those details so you can mark your calendar and schedule yourself accordingly so you can be with us for our awards night and have the opportunity to get our team shirt and get that ordered if you would like to wear your team shirt during reunion. Okay, so that is it for news that I wanted to share with you guys. And now let's do a little bit of recognition. That is always fun. We just had Wahoo Wednesday yesterday, so a lot of this stuff is going to be probably similar, but we will see. Maybe some people closed out some parties and stuff last night. All right, let's see. So I'm just going to shout out our top 5 in PRV and our top 5 sponsors. All right, so as of right now, our top 5 in PRV are Cindy Willis, Danielle Gullickson, Samantha and Justin Carter, Anne Marie Blake, and Kelly Summers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that is 5. Okay, so Cindy Willis, Danielle Gullickson, Samantha and Justin Carter, husband and wife duo, dream team there, Anne Marie Blake, and Kelly Summers. So congratulations to all of you guys. All of you have over 1,000 in PRV, actually over 1,200 in PRV, and you're our top 5 in PRV currently for this month. So that is so awesome. And I also want to shout out our top recruiters, which all of them have one, so I'm just going to say all of their names. Kelly Summers, Ashley Hazelwood, Anne Marie Blake, Brittany Ramsey, Victoria Olson, Oda Marie Olivo, Ashley McGarren, Shelby Wilson, and Tiffany Rarick. Hope I'm saying that right. So congratulations to our top sponsors and our top in PRV. All right. So it looks like we've got some more people on. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited that you're here. So now we're going to talk about summer PRV. So if you've ever been in direct sales before, or if this isn't your first summer with Scentsy, you may have heard people talk about the J months, as in calling them the dreaded J months. And the J months tend to be the slower months of the year, January, June, and July. These months are slower. Well, let me say this. When consultants experience slower seasons, January, June, and July, I 100% believe that it is because of the consultant's own choices of how they're marketing their business and how they're working their business versus the actual network or the actual customer base. There are tons of sales available to us in June and July and January. So it's not necessarily that people just stop buying. It's the way we are marketing ourselves isn't working as well during those seasons. Okay, so during the summer, I have found over the last 9 summers that I've been doing this, that the way we market our business really makes a difference during these summer months. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is, we're going to talk about just how to focus on keeping your PRV awesome all summer long. And the first thing we're going to talk about is Bring Back My Bar. Okay, so Bring Back My Bar is presented to us this time of year for a very good reason. Scentsy knows that our customers are traveling and kids are out of school, and it can sometimes be harder to get people to party and to come together. So when we as consultants have 25 new fragrances to share in July, it is appealing to our customers who want to smell new things. If we didn't have Bring Back My Bar, we would only have new fragrances really twice a year, except for the little LTOs that we do here and there. But these LTOs are like, a few fragrances at a time. This is 25 new scents. So it's a great opportunity to have something new to market to our customers, especially those consistent customers that are going to be excited to have something new. All right, so Bring Back My Bar. I get it. There's no testers available, so you might find that to be like frustrating. I get it. You have to spend money to get your Bring Back My Bar sampler, and it is $126. It is a $24 discount from what you would pay if you bought the bars individually, and you get paid PRV on it because it's a PRV item. So you get commission, whether you're making 20%, 25%, or 30% commission on that is up to you. It's not up to anybody else. So if you want 25% commission on it, get your raise and get yourself promoted to certified. If you want 30% commission on that $126 investment, sell your $2,000 in PRV this month and get yourself that 30% on that kit. But it's $126, and that gives you one full-size bar of every single one of those testers. And here's how I market Bring Back My Bar to make the most out of my investment and to make the most out of my time. Okay, so Bring Back My Bar party. Always, always, always do your own open house. So every single time we have Bring Back My Bar, a new catalog season, any of that good stuff, hold on, there's somebody new I'm trying to mute. I can't. Hold on one second, guys. Let's see. Oh, well, I can't figure out why I can't mute her. Oh, well. Okay, so anyway, I always do an open house. And the reason I like to do an open house is I get an opportunity to have my customers come over. I can spoil them, you know, offer them discounts, give them little snacks, put together goodie bags like you see down there. See all those small brown bags? Those are all goodie bags from my last open house that I have as leftovers. So I'm going to use them for my Bring Back My Bar open house. I put my inventory on sale too. I discount my inventory because I want to move old stuff and get new stuff anyway. So it works out great. So it's an opportunity to do that. And then, of course, like I said, it's an opportunity to get my customers to come into my home, smell new fragrances, and I know they're not going to leave without ordering. So always do your own Bring Back My Bar open house. And if you're getting the sampler, obviously you can do this. And what I like to do is I actually take my Bring Back My Bars and break them up. So each cube I put in its own little Ziploc baggie, or I'll even put it in its own little tiny plastic tester. Like, you can't really see, but you see those lotion bottles back there, the Scentsy lotion bottles? In front of them, you see the small clear plastic things. Those are little plastic testers from Amazon. I've shared the link in our team page previously. So you can actually put half of a cube in each of those, like just cut the cubes in half, cut half of one cube in each of those things, and you can put them on a baking sheet and put them in the oven on like 200 just to where the wax will melt in the testers, and then pull them out and you have your own little homemade testers. I've even heard of people putting them on a plate over boiling water and melting the wax that way. So there's a lot of different ways you can try it. Or of course you can melt them down and pour them one by one in those little containers. But I'm all about doing it the fastest way that I can while still making it look professional. So that's one way you can do it with those little testers. Or like I said, if you want to do it super fast, you can literally just break one cube off, put it in a Ziploc baggie, put a Avery address label on the outside of it with the name of the scent. Whatever you want to do, just make it quick and make it look professional, right? So I'll break my bars apart and I will make usually anywhere from like 2 to 3 Bring Back My Bar parties. And my goal is to get all of those out and have all of those out all month long. And then at the end of the month, whoever has mine left, you know, who's ever ending the month with those Bring Back My Bar little tester bags, I just let them keep them as the hostess. She's my last one. I don't, just want one cube back, so I just let her keep it. So my goal is to have at least 2 to 4 of these little Bring Back My Bar bags with just the 25 Bring Back My Bar little cubes, some catalogs, some order forms. And if you want, you could always make it bigger and have your normal full-size party tester set with it too, if you want that available or your hostess wants that. But the way I like to pitch it is I just reach out to people and I'm like, hey girl, I've got 25 new scents that I know you have not smelled yet, available for the month of July only. do you want to take one of my little Bring Back My Bar pouch parties? I can mail it to you, you know, and some catalogs, and you and your friends can smell the new scents, and then you can keep them when you're done with it. If you really want to market this to your customers, I think that that's super enticing and exciting to think that, oh, I can keep all of these cubes when it's over too. So I get, 1 cube each of these 25 new bars. That's pretty cool. I mean, that right there is a booking incentive. So you could always go that route if you wanted to as well. But Bring Back My Bar is a huge help for me in the month of July to get people to my own open house and also book some pouch parties and home parties as well. So if you are, one of the things that's great about Bring Back My Bar as well is you can run reports in your workstation to find out anybody who's ordered those bars or those fragrances in the past. So if you're a brand new consultant, obviously this would not be of benefit to you. But if you've been around for a couple catalog seasons, you can search those bars in your workstation, or you can actually get a report now. I'm so used to saying you can search the bars. You don't have to do that now. There's actually a Bring Back My Bar report that you can run that'll tell you who's ordered what fragrances. So that's a great booking strategy, is to reach out to those individual people and say, hey, I see you've ordered, Maui Mist in the past. Well, guess what? Maui Mist is coming back in the month of July. So it's coming back with 24 other fragrances. If you and your friends want to have the opportunity to smell Maui Mist again and all the other ones, I'd be happy to send you a little Bring Back My Bar sampler party. Bam, just like that. It's that simple. And guess what? She's either going to say yes or no. And if she says no, it's not the end of the world. And if she says yes, cool, then you just got an opportunity to party, right? And my advice would be freeze those testers before you mail them. So put them in whatever you want to put them in, and then stick that whole package in the freezer and let that sit in the freezer for 24 hours before you take it to the post office. So they're nice and solid frozen. And then you can even reuse, if you don't mind adding the weight, you can even reuse those little thermal ice pack, gel pack things we get from Scentsy in our orders. It's always beneficial to keep those and have those hanging around for these types of occasions when you're going to be mailing a party off. So that's Bring Back My Bar. Like I said, I would do your own open house. And if you can't do one in your own home, do one at there is nothing wrong with setting up at a local Starbucks, right? And you're just say you post in your VIP group, you text some of your customers and say, hey, Saturday from 1 to 3, I'm going to hang out at Starbucks and, have a drink, and, I'll get a couple little snacks. You can get, a couple things of, cake pops, or I don't know, whatever you want, or you don't even have to do anything. You can just say, hey, I'm actually going to be hanging out at Starbucks on Saturday from, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, whatever. Swing by if you want to smell the new scents. I'll bring them all with me, and I'll bring catalogs. I'll even bring some goodie samples for anybody who stops by to see me. You don't have to make it a formal in your home thing if you don't want to do that, or you can't do that. So think outside of the box for how you're going to do your Bring Back My Bar open house. But whatever you do, do it. And another piece of advice about Bring Back My Bar is, if it's not in your budget to get the Bring Back My Bar sampler, split it with another consultant. That's always an option, is to split it with another consultant. And I know that means that only one person's going to be getting the PRV, because only one person can actually order the sampler. But, you guys can make your own arrangements. If that consultant wants to then, split the commission with you, you guys could make that arrangement and say, hey, you're going to get X amount of commission on that $126 sampler. Will you give me 50% of your commission on it after, you get paid? So there's always that conversation that you can have if you want to split the sampler, and then you guys could just divide up the cubes. Even a few of you could go in on it, and, you each get 2 cubes, or however many it is that you guys can divide it up to where it'll be fair. But whatever you do, I really want to encourage you to pursue it, since he gives it to us for a reason. So let's rock it out. So more summer PRV tips. Let's talk about Scentsy Club. Okay, so you guys, if you're not familiar with what Scentsy Club is our auto ship program. And this auto ship program, our customers can choose whether they want something once a month, once every 2 months, or once every 3 months. And it's only for our consumables. So this is a great time to share samples of consumables, other consumables, other than wax, with our customers, get them to try it, experience it, and then they decide they want it, get them set up on Scentsy Club, get them set up on an auto ship. Because if they start using Counter Clean or Scentsy Fresh or laundry or any of those consumables, they are going to need to get more. And it's a lot more convenient for them, especially the local ones. It's a lot more convenient for them to be able to just know that once a month it's going to ship, or once every couple months it's going to ship, and they don't have to worry about you contacting them when you have an open party to get them that free shipping or whatever it is that they're seeking, for the convenience of the reorder. So what I would encourage you to do is spend some time making some samples of other consumables. As you saw, I mentioned earlier, I've got 2 things of lotion over there. I've been making some samples of body lotion. Like, I am always making samples of other consumables to put in my customers' hands because I want them experiencing them and then turning that into a Scentsy Club. You know, if you've got your customers using our wax and then using like our laundry, that right there, if they get once a month, because they're going to need a Laundry Love bundle once a month. We have 2 people in this house, and we go through 1 Laundry Love bundle a month. So I have it on my Scentsy Club to ship every month, right? So if you get one of your customers to purchase a 6-pack every month and a Laundry Love bundle every month, that's 80 in PRV, right? That right there is getting them the free shipping. They're unlocking the brick. They're at the best tier of Scentsy Club. So if you understand how this works and you're marketing that to your customers, they're going to see the value in that, right? And so they're not necessarily, most of my Scentsy Club people are getting more than just wax. Most of them are getting wax and laundry, or wax and body stuff. So I found that if you get them hooked on more consumables than even just our wax, they're going to be even more enticed to sign up for Scentsy Club. So this summer, I want you to focus on our other consumables and get samples in your customers' hands and really market Scentsy Club to them. So choose what that consumable is that you want to focus on, whether it's Scentsy Soak, which is amazing and is fantastic for making samples, super easy to make samples of, or whether it's washer whiffs. Those are super easy to make samples of. They smell great, they ship well, they carry well in your purse. There's so many other fantastic consumable products that you need to be sharing, especially during the summer. Counter Clean, Scentsy Fresh. I buy on Amazon these really cute small little bottles, and that's what I put my Counter Clean samples in. I'm going to grab a couple to show you guys. Okay, so and guys, I seriously, I know if I did not do this stuff, I would sell way less of this. Like, I 100% know that because I'm sampling these things and giving my customers these things, that's why I'm selling it. If they didn't try it, why would they buy it? You know what I mean? Yes, word of mouth is helpful, and it's important to post about it and brag about it and say how much you like these products. But when your customers are actually using them and experiencing them themselves, they're going to be much more likely to turn around and buy it, right? So here's an example of one of my consumable samples. This is an Amazon Rain Scentsy Soak sample. It's in a little test tube. These are from Amazon. I have shared this in our team page already. So you could go to our team page, use the search bar, and search for Scentsy Soak samples, and you'll find the post. I guarantee it. And this is from a Layer on the Samples Facebook group. And that's also shared in our team page in the files section. Isn't that cute? I mean, as a customer, wouldn't you be excited to get something like this in your bag with your order? I know I sure would. When I go to Target, I don't ever get samples. So rude. Okay, this is another sample that I buy the container on Amazon. These come in a whole pack. Oh my gosh, I think it's like 8 or 10. No, I think it's 10 or 12 of these. And then I just make this little label, counter clean, super simple. And this is a hefty sample. Like, you don't even have to fill it up this much if you don't want to, or you can find smaller bottles if you don't want to fill it up this much, you don't want to give somebody that much. But another thing you can do if you don't want to get all involved in making samples, you can just do borrow baskets. Borrow baskets, what I want to talk about next. Borrow baskets are an amazing way to get PRV throughout the summer. So, as we're talking about other consumables, put together a Laundry Love borrow basket and post in your VIP group. If you don't have a VIP group, take a picture of it, maybe you holding it or just a picture of it sitting there, and text it to some of your best customers who maybe just haven't tried your laundry yet. However you want to market it, find the way that's going to be best for you. I wouldn't encourage you to just post it publicly on your Facebook page to be your first go-to, because you want to make sure that it's like a quality person that is probably going to buy, that ends up that you're letting borrow your Laundry Love bundle. But yeah, so I would go about posting it in my VIP group first, because my VIP group is only purchasers. I don't have anybody in my VIP group who is a consultant. I don't have anybody in my VIP group who is who's never purchased from me. It's only proven purchasers in my VIP group. So it really is people that I know are a great target audience for something like, hey, I'm doing a borrow basket filled with our Laundry Love products. Who wants to give it a try for a week? And I will either ideally meet them with it or mail it to them if I need to, for them to try it for 1 week. And of course, it's a verbal agreement. I'm, going off of their word that they're going to give it back or send it back. And if you're worried about that, you could always just put together a borrow basket with only a sample size amount of each and not actually the full size products. Like, if you don't want to give them a borrow basket with a full laundry detergent and, a full thing of washer whiffs, you could just, sample it out and say, put 3, 4, 5 scoops in a bag or whatever you wanted to do. But borrow bags are a fantastic way to get other consumables in people's hands this time of year and get them wanting to purchase. Back when I first joined Scentsy and all we had was warmers and wax, I remember I would loan out my warmers all the time, and I would have no warmers in my house. There were several times that I had 0 warmers in my house because they were all loaned out to people, because I saw very quickly the power of letting people borrow our products and experiencing them. They don't want to give it back. They will give it back, but they don't want to. So they place an order. And if you're getting them to, maybe this is somebody who's never even used wax and warmers, obviously you want to start there. But I'm trying to show you ways that this summer you can enhance your PRV and grow your business. And a lot of times, during the summer, these other consumables are really a great thing to push, even more so than wax. With people being busy, people being on the go, they're not home as much to enjoy their wax and their warmers, but they're obviously having to do laundry still. They're obviously still having to do all of those things that other consumables would benefit them for. So that's borrow bags. Basically, you put together a sampler of some of our products, whether they be cleaning products, laundry products, bath products, whatever you want to give them, let them borrow it. Or like I said, maybe it's just a sampler, so they get to keep what you let them borrow. But it's a great way to get new products into people's hands and get some great sales this summer. Okay, so let's talk about whiff boxes. Who saw in the team page earlier today my new graphic that I made for marketing whiff boxes? I spent a little bit of time on Canva today making some new graphics for my monthly mailers, and one of them was a whiff box image. So this has been posted. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it because of the brightness. Yeah, you can't see it. It's starting to kind of show up a little bit. But anyway, in our team page earlier today, I posted an image of my new whiff box postcard, and then I also posted a generic version so you could utilize it yourself and add your own contact information. So let's see if it works if I turn my brightness way down. It's good advice. I'm pretty sure my brightness is super far down, but this needs to be more so. Let's see. Let's see. Now I can see it a little bit better. Yeah, I have my brightness pretty much all the way down now. But yeah, so anyway, this, you can kind of see it a little bit better. I uploaded a blank version in our team page earlier today that y'all can use without my contact information on it. So feel free to use that to market whiff boxes this summer. With this golden ticket promotion, it's a great time to be focusing on those whiff boxes. Hopefully you as a consultant are getting one yourself, going live with them. And you may or may not have heard about my little VIP special that I'm doing. And I even talked about that on the postcard. So on the postcard, I specifically said, just contact me to receive $5 off your first box. But when these people contact me, that's when I'm going to tell them about my 6-month offer. So here's what I'm doing. Okay, so on the whiff boxes, right, they're $30 retail is what our customers pay for a whiff box. However, we get 25 in PRV on those. So as a certified consultant, we make 25% commission, right? So $25 times 25% commission is $6.25. So if I'm offering a discount of $5 per box, you can see that I'm still making $1.25 per box. Is that as great as $6.25? No. However, I want to increase dramatically the number of people that are using getting the whiff boxes. Why? Because once they start getting a whiff box every month, they're not going to want to go without that fun little Scentsy surprise in their mailbox every single month. They are going to be trying other consumables, which means they are going to become addicted to other Scentsy products, and they are going to be ordering more Scentsy products than just wax, which means my income increases. Yay! Right? And I know they're using great quality products because they're Scentsy, the same products I'm using. So many reasons why whiff boxes are a fantastic thing for you to focus on right now. Like I said, people are traveling. They're not like as into the concept of doing home parties and stuff like that. So we're having to lean on some of our other opportunities to get PRV throughout the summer, and whiff boxes are perfect for that. So like I said, for my VIPs, which really is just any of my customers who commit to 6 months of ordering a whiff box, I will give them those whiff boxes for only $25 instead of $30. So I will give them a $5 discount on each box for the next 6 months. And I'm basically promoting this to them as like a VIP introductory offer, just for my best customers. And like I said, the reason I'm doing this is that's a 6-month commitment of 25 in PRV every single month for 6 months. And they're getting to try other consumables, which means they're going to be reordering other things as well, in addition to their wax and stuff that they're already ordering from me. So the way I do this is on the 1st of each month, send them an invoice via PayPal for their whiff box, $25 plus tax or shipping if applicable. But honestly, 12 people that I have signed up for this, which is fantastic because that's a party. So I get hostess rewards, which is awesome. The 12 people that I have signed up for this 6-month introductory offer are all local. So it's great because I can have them shipped here. So I get, I don't have to worry about shipping fees or any of that. And I ship all of the hostess rewards here as well to myself. So anyway, I've got 12 people signed up for this. So for the next 6 months, 12 people have committed to spending 25 in PRV with me. I mean, it's fantastic. And like I said, I know that they're trying new consumables. And my hope is that when the 6 months is up, they're going to see 6 months of experiencing the whiff boxes, and they're not going to want to give that up, right? They're going to want to keep receiving these whiff boxes every single month. So I will tell them at the end of their 6 months that if they want to continue receiving this discount, if they bring me a friend who signs up for 6 months themselves, I'll start their 6 months over as well, along with their friend. So that's my plan to, keep this coming and also get referrals. Part of it too, like not only is it helpful during the summer when people are doing less home parties and stuff like that, it's going to be helpful as I move into the winter when I have this baby. And, I'm going to still obviously be needing to get my PRV and meet my minimums. But I'm going to be busy with a new baby. So I'm just creating some consistency in PRV as I'm preparing for that season of my life. So not only is it a great PRV thing, but it's a great new baby thing too. Okay, so we've talked about Bring Back My Bar, Scentsy Club, we've talked about whiff boxes, and we've also talked about borrow bags. So another thing I want to talk to you all about is realtor closing gifts. Real estate is one of the businesses that booms during the summer. It's a proven fact. Statistics prove that more people sell homes and buy homes in the summer than any other time of year. And the reason is because primarily that the kids are out of school. And so it's easier to make a move and make a transition during the summer when you don't have a school schedule to worry about. Does that mean everybody does it that way? No. But it is statistically the more often, chose path. So Scentsy makes a fantastic closing gift for these realtors who are selling homes, or, listing homes. And so they're either on either side, whether they're working with buyers or they're working with sellers. Scentsy makes a fantastic closing gift. Think about, even just a nightlight and 1 bar of welcome home. That's $25 plus tax and shipping if applicable, right? So it's still under the threshold. Realtors can actually technically only write off $25. Anything above that is not considered a write-off anymore. Now, I don't know how they get around it because a lot of my realtors spend more than that, but that's not my problem to worry about. That's just what I like to say when I'm pitching to them, so I sound educated. Like I'll always say, well, I know your max write-off is 25, so that's just a night light warmer and 1 Scentsy bar, and we've even got a fragrance called Welcome Home, which is perfect. So that'd be just 25 plus tax. So I like to say that, and then they always tend to spend more. They always want to give them a couple bars or something else is what they'll always end up spending more, getting a bigger warmer or whatever. So most of my realtors tend to do warmers and wax. That's what 99% of the time they buy. And in that situation, I will always include samples of something else. Like I would include a nice sample, something that looks like this, of some other type of consumable, or maybe, like I said, maybe the counter clean. So I always will include other samples and of course a catalog. And one of the most important things you can include is a coupon for a future purchase. So tucked inside the catalog, I like to just make like a little coupon. Now in our team Facebook page in the files section, way down at the very beginning, like years ago when I first started this thing, there was a Scentsy coupon. And the file name is like SY_COUP or something like that. It's a Scentsy coupon. And so you could use that, or you could make your own. If you wanted to just make one on Canva or PicMonkey or something real quick, you can make your own. But basically, anytime you're giving something away, whether it's a raffle, like a drawing somewhere, like you're doing a vendor event and there's a drawing, or you're donating something, or you're doing a closing gift with a realtor, you want to include a gift certificate or a coupon for a future purchase. So you could say something like, 10% off your first purchase with me, or 10% off your first wax refill order, or, $5 off, or whatever it is that you want to do. I would always encourage you to include a coupon for a future purchase to get them to come back for more, right? Okay, so these realtor closing gifts, what I tend to do is I like to offer them a 10% discount. I offer them a 10% discount, just my flat discount. And I, of course, if they, another thing I like to do is say, if you want to stock up on several at a time, we can, put it in as a party, and I can give you, the hostess rewards on top of that as well. So you get an even bigger discount than your 10%. So I always try to point them in the direction of ordering several things at once and just ordering neutral warmers so they just can be ready to go. Because during the summer, they're going to have a lot of closings, and they're going to be back to back, and some of them are going to happen more quickly than expected. So with your realtors, it's important to help them be prepared for when they have their next closing show up so suddenly. So Dana asked, so you don't do, oh my gosh, I can't read apparently today. So you don't push bundles with them. You just do a buy as you go thing. So I absolutely do encourage them to bundle. By all means, I encourage them to bundle. And I try to get it to a party minimum so they get the hostess rewards and stuff like that. And that's more the way that I try to push that. And just encouraging them by saying, I know that your closings can pop up really randomly and really fast. And so I do have inventory on hand. If you do need a closing gift fast, I've always got stuff on hand, but I'd love for you to be able to just pick it out in advance, and I can create your baskets for you. And so whatever basket I put it in, however I finish it, that finishing, I don't charge them for that. That is all extra. That is all just part of me making it look appealing to them and to their buyer or their seller that they're giving it to as a gift. And of course, whatever I do, whether it's a cute little basket from the Dollar Tree, or whether, whatever it is that I do, that's all a write-off, and I write off every single bit of that expense. But if you wanted to try to include some extra cost in there, you could, and then just not offer the 10% discount or something, whatever it is that's going to make it beneficial to you. But I have found that the realtors do like to stock up all at once if they can, and they really do like to know that you have stuff on hand if they do need something more last minute. The other thing I want to talk about for realtors is you know more than you realize that you do. So I want to encourage you to start with your network. Start like within your network with marketing these realtor closing gifts. Go through your Facebook friends list. Go through your phone, go through your list of 100 and be asking yourself, are any of these people realtors? Or, are any of these people maybe married to a realtor? And that's kind of your first step. And then once you've kind of gone through that, you just reach out to them and say, hey, Laura, are you still practicing real estate? Are you still an active realtor? I have a fantastic idea for closing gifts, and I wanted to share it with you. I wanted to pitch it to you, whatever. Start with your network. If you go through your network and you don't have any realtors or nothing pans out, then your next thing would just be, to do word of mouth. Maybe ask some of your friends, some of your family, hey, who do you, who's your realtor? Who'd you use when you bought this house, or who'd you use when you sold that house, or whatever, and get some referrals that way to some realtors. And then when you reach out, you could be like, hey, this is Dana. You sold my friend Molly her home, and she thought we'd be a great connection because I sell Scentsy, and obviously with you being a realtor, you're needing closing gifts, and Scentsy makes a great closing gifts. I'd love to send you some information about it, or pop in your office and bring you one to try, or whatever it is that you want to, whatever angle it is that you want to go. It's always best when you can start in your network or start with a referral. That's always the best places to start. And then from there, you just start working outside, right? So going by a real estate office and bringing your Scentsy Go with you and bringing some catalogs and saying, hey, I've got, a fantastic idea for closing gifts and I want to share with the realtors, even something for open houses, which is what I brought here, the Scentsy Go. Do you guys have a weekly meeting where I could come in and, give a 5-minute pitch and talk about Scentsy for anybody who might be interested for open house purposes or closing gifts, and see what they say? Because most real estate offices have a weekly meeting, and you could come in there and pitch Scentsy. They might even just let you set up a table or set up some products, and then they have the opportunity to look over them during the closing. I don't know, or during the meeting. I have every time I have ever asked about pitching at one of their meetings, they've always been open to it, because they need closing gifts and they need good ideas, and there's no harm in listening to us, right? So that's always a great option and a great way to go. But I really do think that the Scentsy Go is like the best thing ever for an open house scenario with a realtor, because then she can easily transport it, or he can easily transport it in their car. They don't have to worry about the wax melting or anything like that. And they can pop, blueberry cheesecake in there and use that for quite a while. And it's going to smell homey and beautiful while they're doing all these open houses. It's a fantastic resource for that. And we can sell them the less expensive one. They don't have to buy the $50 one. They can go with the lesser valued one, because it doesn't need to be fancy, right? It's just to sit out on the counter to smell good during the open house, and then back in the bag it goes, right? So realtors are a business that is booming this time of year, and it's a great time for us as consultants to really hone in on that market and make some great PRV. They're having a lot of closings. They're getting closing gifts from somewhere. Why not be getting those closing gifts from us, right? And if you want more ideas on putting together baskets and stuff like that, in our team Facebook page, just use the search bar and type in realtor gifts, or just the word realtor, and you'll see some posts with some different images and all that stuff that you can utilize. I believe there's even a photo album in our photo album section with some photo examples as well. So anyway, it is 8:50, so I have talked y'all's ear off. Do you have any other questions before we wrap things up? Feel free to use the chat and ask your question in the chat. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.